Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for anyone that lands on this. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. So whoever you're tapped into or whoever's tapped into you, it could be more from their perspective. So just interpret the message as it best resonates with you, especially on this channel. For those of you that know the channel, you already know that I like to go deep. For those of you that are new, I like to look at the shadows. I like to look at the spiritual blocks, not just what goes on the surface. So it helps you heal. It helps you look at your situation from a different perspective. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you have to be open to getting a shadow reading. You need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always how I like to open up my readings. All right. And it usually is, like, again, a shadow word. Again, fanatical. That's, I could be seen as a positive because, again, anytime that we're fanatical about something, we're really passionate about something. And I feel like you're in separation from somebody, but you're not feeling it. And you're not feeling it because you are passionate about what you do. Again, you're pouring that energy into yourself. And you could seem as a fanatic from other people because they see you as always working, always busy, always investing in yourself. But I feel like that this is a great way that you are able to, like, block out energy, right? Your mind can't be in two places at one time. And I feel like, so you're in a place of manifesting, you're in a place of creating. You might not be seeing the fruits of your labor yet, but you're definitely planting seeds. And so this is the underlining energy, and I like it. I like it because, like I said, I feel like you're in separation from someone that didn't treat you well, and now they're on the other end of that because, when we have a soul relationship, we can usually feel a person and they don't feel you because in order for them to feel, your thoughts and your emotions need to be on them, right? Again, that's the psychic cord. That's what transcends time and space. That's the energy that we recognize when we meet a soulmate, when we meet a past life karmic mate. It's like, oh, you seem familiar, and there is a lot of passion, there is a lot of chemistry, but the problem is there's also a lot of ego. So let's look at the hidden truth just to back up what I said, because like I said, I always like to open up the energy, but we like to see what the person's hidden truths are. Hidden truths are, so their actions are going to not be in alignment with what they really think. All right, we will be together again. Oh, I hate when people are cocky, but that's, again, I feel like they're like this because you have cut your energy off from them. And it's almost like this person, there's an energy of commitment issues. So the fact that you're giving less, this person is liking you more. But they're also a little cocky, and they've always been cocky. They just are taking a different approach. And people that need healing, a lot of times it's not uncommon for them to go back and forth from being cocky to being insecure, which is really annoying. I will wait for a sign from you, but they're not secure enough. They're not secure for them to reach out to you because, like I said, I feel like this person was immature. We both know I am not the one for you. See, so down deep inside, they know that they're not on the right vibration. There's part of them that wants you, and like almost like they're fanatical about you, but like in a controlling way. And so then, and that you don't really, you've cut your energy off from them. So like I said, they go back and forth from being like conceited and cocky to being insecure because they need healing. They have commitment issues. So these are their hidden truths, but that just because those are their hidden truths doesn't mean that that's what they're going to do. That's the thing with shadows. Shadows are psychological and emotional aspects of ourselves, the parts of ourselves that we have detached from. So this person is not really trying to be in a relationship. They're trying to strategize a lot of times because they don't trust themselves to be in a relationship. So, like I said, they're listening to their emotions, they're listening, and they're being guided by their emotions, and that's not their intuition. And when a person has blocks and they're being guided by their emotions, they're going to sabotage themselves because they're going to feel one thing 1 second, another thing another second. And that's what the energy there is. And it's because they love, unconditional love makes us do things that we wouldn't normally do. But this person needs a lot of healing, silent treatment. And this is what they did. It's like, and they still play the game a little bit like, well, if I don't talk to you and I hold back, then eventually you're going to break. I feel like this person played that game for a long time and you didn't do anything. And now they're feeling like you're giving them the silent treatment. See, when a person isn't ready to heal, what they do a lot of times is they project. And that's kind of what I feel. I feel like the connection between you and them should really be like a loving one. It should be an evolved one. But because this person isn't trying to heal, they're avoiding. And they're avoiding because they're still looking for you to come to them, even though they treated you not good. So again, but it doesn't matter because you've cut your energy off from them. You're doing your own thing. So they're becoming more and more obsessive and thinking about it, but they're getting more and more emotional because part of them is, again, suppressing their ego, saying, no, I don't really want to cave to you. I want you to come to me. I don't want to seem vulnerable. And there's a part of them that, again, also can feel the spiritual connection, even though like you may have cut the energy off. They know that this is a real connection, so they can still kind of feel the essence because they hold that essence of you because there is that unconditional love. So they're like, we'll be together again. They're trying to psych themselves up like, we'll be together again, we'll be together again. But then they also bob back and forth to being like, I need you to come to me because I'm not so sure if we're going to be together. So the more that you hold back, the more crazy that this person is getting. It's almost like they expected to punish you and they wound up punishing themselves. Unhealthy habits and behaviors. And that's what we see. Again, whenever there's shadows, there are unhealthy habits and behaviorisms in order to suppress the emotion. This person doesn't want to feel their emotions. They don't want to be vulnerable. So they drink, they smoke, they talk to people that, there are a surface relationship that feed their ego. So they're very codependent, and they do outside things to fill themselves instead of working on the relationship, instead of changing themselves. And that's also part of the reason why they don't come to you. They don't want to change who they are. They know that a lot of the things that they do aren't working for them. Passion and desire, but they have a lot of passion and desire for you. And that's why, again, you have to be careful with a person like this because they're not on the same vibration. They have a lot of shadows and they're not looking to heal them. It looks like they're looking to strategize. It looks like they're looking to, again, get what they want. And they're the kind of, like I said, go back and forth between being cocky and not being cocky. But as time goes by, and the more that you hold back, the more like anxiety that they seem to get. So let's look at some of their shadows, or the shadows, I should say. These are, a second. There's like two different decks of cards in here. Okay. Just like, I want to see what they did, what else that they did aside from giving you the silent treatment and how it made you feel. Okay, long road. You have a long way to go. So again, you just feel like this person, they need a lot of healing. Like, you already know, you're like, you may have feelings for me, but as far as being in a healthy relationship, you have a long way to go before you would be healthy to be with, is what I feel like. They need the healing. Empty. And the reason why is because they're so self-absorbed. They want everything their way. So you would always be left felt empty, right? But I also feel like this person feels empty. That's why they go, try to fill themselves with outside things. It's very common when we have shadows and when we're trying to suppress our feelings and our emotions that we grab outside things to feel better. It's a way to, it's an artificial way that we can release good hormones, just like when we get excited about buying something or going somewhere or doing something, we release serotonin. Well, this person can't release their own happy hormones because they don't really do anything in their life. And we feel good about ourselves when we do things, when we find ourselves, when we have a love affair with ourselves, and we really get to know who we are. This person doesn't know who they are. And if they don't like who they are, that's even worse. They don't like who they are, and they don't know who they are. So they're really just living from their habits and their behaviors. And now it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. They could feel the connection. But this person, like when they say that they have a long road to go, they are not kidding. They are like not even in the beginning stages of healing, of self-awareness of what they do. This relationship has created some sort of self-awareness because you were like, I'm not putting up with it. They never had a deep connection with anyone like this before. And the fact that you walked away has triggered their ego. Again, but what we see is they have feelings, but I'm not going to reach out to you because on some level they know that they didn't treat you right. But I don't really want to take ownership of that, almost because that would make them feel vulnerable. They already feel broken. And that's really the shadow that we're looking at. We're looking at the fact that they feel broken, they feel defective. So any type of vulnerability this person is not going to show. And this is, again, leaving you feel empty, but that is who they are. They're empty. So we have to say, what kind of relationship is this? And what is the deeper meaning? Is there a deeper meaning? Or are they going to plan to do something? It's again, because right now it's like, why would the universe bring me someone on a lower vibration? That's, I mean, we have to learn something from it too. It's not only that this person learns the fact that they were an asshole and you walked away, and that just because you have a connection doesn't mean you're going to put up with the shit. I mean, that they learn that, but could you learn from it? It's like, when I look into your eyes, I see the universe, and it scares me. It also activates them, and because again, they become alive. And that's, the person doesn't know who they are. So it's actually terrifying for them. But almost like terrifying, but like almost like when you go on a roller coaster and it's fun to get scared. Well, that's like what I feel like with this person. The same exact concept. Mirras. I can't validate our love in the 3D until I understand our spiritual love in the 5D. And this person is not spiritual. That's what the problem is. They're not spiritual. So it says, give me time to explore this aspect so I can be strong spiritual partner. So like I said, this person, they had no self-awareness before you. And so the connection, the passion, and the desire is what's making them stick around, to that you actually affected them. You're affecting them. Normally this person isn't affected. So now they're actually seeing that there might be actually a different type of relationship. I feel like this person normally gets into toxic relationships because they act toxic. They feel empty. So in order for them to feel whole, they have to, steal energy. steal energy from doing it. See, as you surrender your 3D expectations, I surrender to our 5D connection. And so, what this is a soul relationship. However, you are not on the same vibration as your person. Your person has a lot of shadows. So, the best that we can say is, why would you attract a person like this into your life? A person that there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of chemistry. If this person would evolve, it would work. But they, again, are not looking to evolve only because they're looking for you to go to them. So we have to say, well, what would be the reasoning? And that's to look at the inner child wounds. Our shadows are the psychological and the emotional trauma that occurs when people in our life tend to not treat us well, and when then we take it on as ourselves. So we want to say, what is the repeating karmic cycle? It's like rage. Again, when we don't feel loved, when we don't feel, rage is a root chakra imbalance. And that root chakra is the connection to the earth, connection to us. It's a connection that makes us feel like, again, when we're in a place of rage, we're obviously out of alignment, but there's a sense of not really believing that we could be loved. And so on some level, so that's why you attracted this person into your life. See, shadow readings are again psychological and emotional. They teach us about ourselves. We create our own reality through the unconscious thoughts that we think and the emotions that we have. So rage is obviously a very low vibration. And so if we didn't have the love and the support that we needed in childhood, which is, again, this is what that's saying, we feel inadequate. And then when we feel inadequate, we get angry. We get frustrated with life. And so there's a sense that like goes to like, you're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. So you may not be walking around saying, oh, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. But there's an unfairness. There's still spiritual wounds that haven't been integrated. Remember, suppressed energy becomes repressed energy. You are no longer even thinking about that. And so we have to say, again, so dance. And dance is really like to be able to go with the flow of life, but it's really, again, when we're grounded, right? When we dance, they say if you want to ground, to dance, because you get a better connection to the body. And so when we get a better connection to the body, we get a better connection to the here and now, into the moment. The problem is that when we have spiritual blocks within our relationship, where we attract people that don't emotionally give us what we need because of whatever reason, and we stay there and we continue to give energy, we can obviously continue to get hurt. So there's a sense of, even when we leave that connection, we bring the same spiritual traumas into the next relationships. And that's what I see here. It's like almost like you haven't cleared that energy. And the way that you clear that energy is really to invest in yourself. When you attract people into your life that aren't supportive, aren't giving you what you need, you have to reparent yourself. You have to do it for yourself. Positive thinking. So again, relationships obviously we have to start in a place of actually thinking we can have it. It's like almost like your person and you on some level don't really believe that you can have it. And that tends to happen when we've gone through enough bad experiences, right? So we have to, this is an inside job. We have to integrate the spiritual lesson, and it starts with the way that we think. And the way that we think a lot of times won't change until we see ourselves differently. And so I feel like by you walking away from this person and seeing the fact that they're angry, that they're suffering, because they're going to come back into your life. It showed that. But you're not going to have the same feelings. So even though that this was a soulmate relationship, if this person would have been on the same vibration and would have treated you right, it would have been a great relationship. And that's what they knew. They took it for granted. It scared them. They needed their own healing. They wanted to be on the surface. But in the end, we say again, well, what was the point for you? And for you, it was to actually see when that the karma goes to this person, that you do get karmic justice. And the reason why is because now this person is stuck, seeing that you're able to go on with your life and you've integrated that spiritual energy. And the spiritual energy is, I know my worth. I love myself. That's how you clear root chakra imbalances. Again, where you again grow up in an environment that made you feel that way. And it doesn't mean that all the time that your parents were abusive. They could have just worked, had it hard, were busy with their own life. And but nevertheless, due to not having support, seeing yourself as inadequate, viewing yourself as that, and then going out into relationships and trying to make a relationship, obviously that's why you attracted someone not on your level. And that's why this karmic situation had to come out back. You needed to see the karmic justice, and this person needed to see you don't take connections like the ones that you had for granted, because you're going to be the one that got away in the end. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for watching, and I hope that, if you need shadow healing, that you'll come back often onto this channel, because you can create your reality. There's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness determines what you do. Like I said, there's karmic justice here because you did the right thing. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.